We got the Flintstones talking about cigarettes. We
Yeah,
mentioned this earlier.
A little earlier. The times they did a change. You used to be able to have cigarette ads on television. And even cartoon characters, which now you can't have a cartoon character hawking anything now, or else they say you're exploiting the children, harming the children. But back in the old days, cigarettes. What was this? Winston, I think.
Winston.
Fred and Barney.
They sure work hard, don't they, Barney?
Yeah? I hate to see them work so hard.
Yeah, me too. Let's go around back where we can't see them.
Gee, we ought to do something, Fred.
Okay? How's about taking a nap?
Hey, I got a better idea. Let's take a Winston break.
That's it! Winston is the one filter cigarette that delivers flavor 20 times a pack. Winston's got that filter blend.
Yeah, Fred. Filter blend makes the big taste difference, and only Winston has it up front where it counts. Here, ahead of the pure white filter. Winston packs rich tobaccos specially selected and specially processed for good flavor in filter smoking.
Yeah, Barney, Winston tastes good, like cigarette juice.
Oh, man.
The Flintstones has been brought to you by Winston, America's best-selling, best-tasting filter cigarette.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
Wilma, I've got to get to the rock quarry. They took my throat out. I got throat cancer from Winston cigarettes. Barney, could you pedal the car with your feet today? I'm weak from the chemo.
Cartoons hawking butts.
They show Betty in one episode having to fill one side of the bra with tissue because she smoked for a long time.
Oh, my God. Are you insane?
Why, Betty?
Why, I'm Betty? Oh, we're going into silly zone again. All right. Well, there you go. The Flintstones talking about cigarettes. That's a little strange. The voices were a little off, though, right?
Yeah, it almost sounded like fake Fred.
It sounded
Hey,
like,
Barney.
yeah, it sounded like Jackie Gleason.
Yeah.
Well, that cartoon was based on the
Honeymoon.
Stolen from. I hated the Flintstones.
Stolen. Did you? I loved it growing up.
Jetsons, too. Hated it.
I hated the Jetsons. Loved the Flintstones, though.
God. I don't like Bugs Bunny because there was a viciousness to it.
Bugs was great. Probably the best cartoons ever made were the old Warner Brothers cartoons.
Yeah.
But now they cut out all.
Jets.
But now they cut out all the violence when you see.
Of course.
When you see Bugs Bunny now.
All those cartoons were all about the violence. It's all about smashing people on the heads with frying pans and shooting them in the face with shotguns. And then they cut it to pieces now.
I'm
Not
the
even
Easter Bunny.
funny.
Hooray! Smashing his face on the
Wham.
ground.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved those cartoons. Growing up, watched them all the time. I can't believe you didn't like the
Never
whole
liked them.
nastiness.
What?
Bugs was just a nasty
I liked
thing.
Bugs Bunny.
Oh, you did?
No, I loved him.
I thought you said you didn't like
No, I hate
Bugs
the Flintstones. I like Bugs Bunny.
I'm so confused.
No, Bugs Bunny was great, man. That's
Yes.
that's the best cartoon.
It is.
All right. Well, we have the Winston commercials too. You want to try a couple of these?
Yeah, let's hear some of these older day commercials.
Oh no, this is for Newport.
Newport. Yo, B, I loves the Newport. Groovy.
Just give me a coffee.
Newport tastes fresher, tastes better too.
Ain't that great?
Newport tastes fresher, tastes better too.
This is just conjure up images of
Newport tastes fresher,
walking into the Copa,
tastes better too.
smoking cigarettes and drinking.
Any other menthol cigarette.
Walking through the back of the Copa. On
Walk
your
through the
first date.
back.
I
They
think
put
that's
the
about
table
it.
up front.
I think that's about
Oh.
it. It's just a jingle. That one's
That
boring.
music's great, ain't it?
And then this one's for Lucky Strike. Old cigarette ads.
Lucky Strike. First again with Tobacco Men. First again with Tobacco Men.
What?
And from the
LSMFT. LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
Yes, in a cigarette, it's the tobacco that counts. And Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
Yes.
So round. So firm. So fully packed.
Yes.
So free and easy on the draw.
So for your own real deep down smoking enjoyment, smoke that smoke of fine tobacco, Lucky Strike.
And remember, collards, use your own water fountain.
Don't these just all sound...
Yes, Lucky Strike. Smoke them without Negroes around.
Oh.
After you've run the fire hose on black people, enjoy the draw of a nice Lucky Strike. Yes, Lucky cigarettes. To be enjoyed without the pain and agony of having black people around. You could walk into a diner that doesn't serve Negroes and light up a Lucky Strike. So after you go home and beat your wife, draw on a nice Lucky Strike. You'll be lucky there are no Negroes in your neighborhood, because you're white and live in America, and you're free not to live near black people and smoke Lucky Strike cigarettes. Ah, the good old days.
That's wonderful.
What do you call a black guy that's smoking a cigarette? See, you laughed. I wanted to tell you the answer there.
What was the answer?
I'm not saying that. You reckon the timing of the bit.
You call him nicotine.
What?
That's what's in a cigarette. Nicotine.
Oh, nicotine.
That's what I said.
Nicotine. Okay.
Enjoy Lucky Strike cigarettes. And enjoy your whiteness and the whiteness of your neighborhood, your family, your workplace, the water fountain, the buses, every place in America. Lucky Strike, the official cigarette of the Send Them Back to Africa campaign. Feel that draw, the pleasure of smoking and living in a white country. After you sick the German shepherds on some Negroes, enjoy Lucky Strike cigarettes. They're wonderful, like white people.
They just all sound like that.
You can tell it's old. There's something
Right.
about the sound you
There's
can
just
tell.
that sound of rampant racism in it.
Let's try a cigarette spot for Montclair? Montclair cigarettes? All right.
cigarettes.
Now, a cigarette that's low in tar and nicotine, high in menthol flavor. New Montclair. Just enough in every puff makes every puff a pleasure. How much is just enough? Just enough menthol to please your taste. Montclair's new charcoal menthol filter does it. Charcoal granules that are both activated and mentholated release just enough menthol to freshen every puff. So every puff tastes as good as the first puff. What's so modern about Montclair?
Modern.
The answer is in Montclair's modern menthol flavor. Yet Montclair is surprisingly low in tar and nicotine. But the flavor's still there when you smoke Montclair. Just enough in every puff makes every puff a pleasure. Smoke Montclair. New from the American Tobacco Company.
That sounds
More
good.
mellow.
Yeah, that's a mellow one. You want another Lucky Strike? We'll try one more Lucky Strike.
Lucky.
Places all join hands, circle left. Now circle right and listen to me. LSMFT. Alimentary corners like swinging on a gauge. A right to your honey with a right and left date. Grand right and left around you go. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Meet your honey and give her a whirl. All swing around with your little girls. Smoke 'em, then you'll see. LSMFT. Promenade and don't you fall. Promenade around the hall. Lucky Strike is
Cigarette commercial?
First again with tobacco men. Promenade straight down the pike. It's time right now for a Lucky Strike. Yes, for smoking that you're bound to like, you just can't beat a Lucky Strike.
Yes, sir. They're playing that chicken picking music.
I hope whoever wrote that never smoked and still got cancer.
Swing your partner to and fro. Look around, no black Sambo. Ah, yes, Lucky Strike, the wonderful flavor. Taste the draw of Lucky Strike as you drop your children off at an all-white school. No Negroes here. The only place you want charcoal is in your filter. The charcoal filter of Lucky Strike. Wonderful. That's also the only place you want tar, baby, is in your cigarette. Not walking the streets of your all-white neighborhood. Lucky Strike. What a wonderful cigarette. Good for dining, dancing, or lynching. Light up a Lucky Strike. You can light it off your Zippo lighter, a match, or a burning cross on a Negro's lawn. Whatever it takes, light up that Lucky Strike. You know why Lucky Strike cigarettes are so good? Look at them. They're white. That's right. When have you ever saw a black cigarette? Never. Because it couldn't possibly be good. Lucky Strike with their wonderful white paper. Smoke Luckies. Because we don't like Negroes.
There he is.
What a time. What a time we lived in.
I think we have one more for Lucky Strike.
Lucky again?
I mean, no, let's try a Newport. Another Newport ad. These were boring, though, right? We didn't like the first one.
I don't know. It's kind of jazzy. Skibbity-wah-wah.
Smooth and fresh is
This for pot?
Newport taste.
Never harsh, never rough.
The smoothest tasting menthol cigarette.
Wah-wah.
King size and new deluxe 100s.
Little tune written for a cigarette ad, 1936.
You think she had to kill the cigarette because it was talking to her? It's that voice.
Do you notice that the menthol ads are all have a cool, mellow thing? Like that was
Mellow,
the message. They were trying-
jazzy.
You hang back and have a menthol
Right.
ad. Yeah.
Right. But the other cigarettes, Lucky. Smoking Lucky.
Let's say hi to John in Jersey. Of course, Jersey again. John?
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, bitch tits?
Hi, John. I don't appreciate that type of language.
I just want to tell you guys, when Anthony said he was going to stick to German Shepherds, I almost drove into a ditch. You guys rock.
This is the part of the program where we allow you to compliment the bit.
Oh, thank you.
I'm tearing down the third wall for everyone, Anthony, so we could feel a little better about ourselves. What's that?
What is that, Eric?
I have no idea.
Eric, what are you doing?
Pack of Marlboros. You ever heard that theory that the Marlboro box was
KKK?
designed like the KKK thing, the hoods and... the
Oh,
way you
really?
yeah, that's been around for years, that theory.
Yeah, there are all kinds of rumors like that.
Yeah, all right, well.
I don't think Marlboro's in cahoots with the Klan.
This is the new and improved Opie and Anthony show, so we don't beat things into the ground. So
We'll try not
we're
to.
going to say cut right there
All right.
and end the bit.
End the bit.
Bravo to Anthony.
Bit
for
is
coming
over.
Coming up with that on the fly.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the musical accompaniment in there.
Derek?
The only time you want tar, baby, is in your cigarette. That was great.
Richard Jenny coming up. All
No,
right.
I didn't live in those times. I was saying those were some... Guys like, how old are you? No, I wasn't around during those. Yeah, that's right, sure.
It's called a bit, silly.
All right.
Oh, God. Yeah, me, Burt Lancaster. We would go out and smoke.
Okay, I'm trying to find something.